Hello there, one and all. Raziel here, and I just saw Rocketman, the story of Elton John. And let me tell you right off the bat, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I mean, truth be told, I'm a sucker for almost any type of musical. I've yet to see a musical I did not enjoy. Of course, now that I say that, the Jazzman just popped in my head. Never mind. But that, right off the bat, I know a lot of people want to compare it to Bohemian Rhapsody, and I slightly get it. I mean, that came out back in November, but since the DVD came out, within a few months ago, I understand within the crunch of time, the majority of people might automatically jump to that conclusion. But let me tell you, they're definitely two different projects. To where Bohemian Rhapsody kind of reminds me more of That Thing You Do, a musical movie starring Tom Hanks. I definitely suggest checking that out if you haven't. Bohemian Rhapsody was a story about music and the four incredible men and the people by their side who brought it to our attention, brought their story and their music to our attention. Definitely a fantastic film. If you haven't seen that, see that, just go see it. It's the story of Queen, fantastic rock band. To where this one here, the story of Elton John, is a full-blown, non-stop roller coaster ride of a musical, and I absolutely love it. They actually used music to visually transcribe the passage of time. Not just time itself, but key moments in his life. As soon as something was going to go down, Elton John's song would play. And I was loving it. It was hard not to just bust out and start singing along. And that's one of my problems with musicals. Lord help me if I'm watching Moulin Rouge, but I digress. This movie definitely kept me entertained the entire time. One moment in particular that jumps to me is near the beginning, where it reminds me of a phrase one of the characters says: "You need to kill the man you were born to be in order to become the man you want to be." And in this scene, you slowly see what forms of music influenced him. You see a few people come together to make a symbol, and I'm thinking, oh, I see what that is. And then you start paying attention to the background, and you realize this entire sequence is transforming little Reginald Dwight into Elton John, or at least the start of him. And the rest of the movie just holds on and rides from there, and it is fantastic. One of the things that did surprise me, there's one scene where time is going so fast that I don't even know what point in time they are, because that's the whole point, they're just spinning around. But there were moments I actually thought that they snuck Elton John in, because Taron Egerton, I hope I didn't just mess up his name, the boy is kind of a chameleon here. There were several moments he looked so much like him, not just physically, but vocally too. And I already knew the boy could sing. If anybody saw the movie Sing by Illumination Studios, he played Johnny the Silverback Gorilla. And in that movie, he even sung an Elton John song, and he did it phenomenally. Which actually surprised me, because apparently, even though in that movie he, for lack of a better phrase, rocked that song, it was Elton himself who had to push Egerton to focus more on the rock songs for this movie, because he didn't see himself as a rock singer or a rock star. But Elton was basically saying, we're not going subtle with this movie. This is about my life. I want it loud and vibrant, and everybody's going to want to dance. And they succeeded. I mean, I'm already an Elton John fan, so there were so many songs I just wanted to get up and just start singing, especially when they started singing Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. It took all my willpower not to just hit those certain notes. You know which ones I'm talking about. That kind of singing where your hand just goes up in the air, you're closing your eyes, and you just want to go with the flow. I love musicals. About to get off subject. I definitely would suggest you go and see this, because aside from learning about his backstory, you see the truth behind a lot of celebrities. I mean, we've heard them left and right. Britney Spears, Amanda Bynes, people who reach a point in life that so many of us believe that that's what we want. But what we fail to realize is what happened in the background, what got them to that point. And for Elton John, it was rough. I mean, it started off great, but certain moments in his life sent him down quite the path that I'm pretty sure most of us wouldn't want to take. And when you see what he had to go through. I mean, you actually see a similar moment in the trailers when he's in the baseball uniform. He looks so tired. It actually went for my heartstrings. But the second they put that bat in his hand, he was just smiling and going on stage and gave one heck of a performance. But the moment the lights were out, reality kicks back in and you see what he has to go through. I mean, there were even moments where you see him practicing his smile. That way he can go about his life without bringing people down. And that in itself is a good lesson for so many people, especially children these days. Just because you see somebody smiling doesn't mean there is a lot of pain behind that. Forgive me, doesn't mean there isn't a lot of pain behind that. Just, look out for the people that you care about. Let them know they matter to you. That was definitely something jumping out at me with this movie, because when you see the stuff he goes through and the people that are there for him, I hate to rip off Supernatural, but blood doesn't make you family. To become family, that involves trust, loyalty, sometimes sacrifice, and a lot of hard choices. But in the end, love and understanding. As long as you have those things, keeping trust, your family, doesn't matter. I really enjoyed this movie. There's even, I'll finish off on one thing. There's even one song, they completely recreated one of his music videos from the 80s. And the second I saw it, I realized what they were doing. I'm like, oh, I'm about to fail. I'm about to start singing because... and they did it so well, too. I was just, And when it comes to the music, there is actually one moment that kept blowing my mind. Well, it's a moment, but it was throughout the movie. There were certain moments where certain musical notes were played. You'll probably know them when you hear them, but I was sitting there thinking, are they about to sing Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Because it sounded almost perfectly aligned with them. They didn't, but it was a nice setup. And there was one other song, I'm not going to say it, you'll know it when you hear it, that I'm sitting here thinking, wait, is he really about to start singing? Because I ain't going to lie, I can go for hearing that song. No, psych. And I just thought about it, and now it's out the window. It's like, are you serious? Dude! And don't get me wrong, I mean, I was a little ticked at the moment, but I loved it, because it's moments like that, especially in musicals, where you're getting hyped and you're about to just go, shut up. Denied. Okay, fine. But it was definitely enjoyable. So, Rocketman, ladies and gentlemen, if you are an Elton John fan, a musical fan, if you just have a love for music in general, I strongly suggest you go and see this movie. I can't wait for the next musical that comes out. I have to pay attention and see what it is. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. Get out there to the movies, take a friend, go by yourself. If you go by yourself, go during the early bird. You'll know why. But I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. And I'll see you all again very soon. Take care.